Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews. We have some news, so let's get to it. The very first thing that I want to tell you guys about is actually from Artic Figures. If you happen to have missed my most recent review of their 1/38 scale Tyrannosaurus Rex figures, the super articulated Tyrannosaurus Rex figures, I did want to let you guys know again that the Indiegogo campaign is currently live for those figures. So if you were interested in grabbing some of these Tyrannosaurs, make sure you check the link in the description that I will include to the Artic Figures Indiegogo campaign, where you can take part and grab yourself some of the many different options they have as far as their Tyrannosaurs go. But I also want to show you guys something super cool that is going to be released from Artic Figures very soon, and it's actually not dinosaur related, though it is kind of prehistoric in a way, because they are actually going to be releasing some Tremors figures. We've got some graboids, and man, is this thing awesome. Like, if there's one thing the world is missing, it's good Tremors figures, and Artic Figures is stepping up here to give us some really cool versions of the graboids. And you can see that we have this version here again that's like a really cool kind of super articulated version. It's going to be similar to the dinosaurs, but he also has kind of a play set, which I think is super cool. It's part of the Arctic Park, and it's a very similar release to like the old Mighty Max or Polly Pocket type figures, where it kind of opens up and shows the graboids in their own kind of environment and stuff. And I think this is a genius idea on the part of Artic Figures, and just another of the many incredibly cool and very creative releases that they are consistently coming up with. And again, not everybody might be a fan of Tremors, but I absolutely adore that film and have honestly been begging for good Tremors figures for years, so I will definitely be extremely excited about the release of these. I also wanted to let you guys know that as far as Rod's Random Work and Syrett Tech goes, they are putting up the replacement head and feet for the Hammond Collection Velociraptors on the Syrett Tech Etsy shop. I believe they were aiming actually for today for the release of these. I don't know for sure if they're up currently, but I will of course include links in the description to the Etsy shop of Syrett Tech, where you can check these out and grab yourself some of these, and again start customizing your Hammond Collection figures so that they look a lot better, a lot more screen accurate as far as like the head sculpt and the feet and everything goes. So of course I'll include a link in the description to the Etsy shop of Syrett Tech as well, so you can head on over there and grab yourself some of these replacement parts while they last. And I also wanted to share something with you guys that's very interesting that Edel Collectibles actually has recently shared. They are going to be launching another Kickstarter, but not for their average type of dinosaur figures we've seen them release in the past. They're going to be releasing Pocketsaurs, and that's pretty cool. As you can see, we've got very small kind of miniature versions of their more articulated dinosaurs, and they definitely look neat. We've got 4 different species to start with, which is the Giganotosaurus, the Indominus Rex, the Spinosaurus, and the Tyrannosaurus Rex. And the Kickstarter will begin October 30th, 2022, so not far off, only a few days before this Kickstarter begins. And again, I really wanted to show you guys how cool these look. I'm a huge fan of Edel Collectibles and everything that they've released up until this point. I have quite a few of their figures in my collection, so definitely some really cool stuff again coming from them that I would really be happy to add to my collection as well. And the final thing, and as far as Mattel goes, today was the big unveiling from the Beyond the Gates episode from Mattel, and we have 2 brand new Hammond Collection figures that have been unveiled. If you happen to have missed them, I'm happy to tell you guys and show you guys what they are. The very first one we have is the Ankylosaurus. We've got a Jurassic Park 3 style Ankylosaurus, and in the video they actually stated that they have kind of sculpted this one out and obviously painted it out to resemble the Ankylosaurus from Jurassic Park 3 as perfectly as possible, and I think they did do a really good job. The sculpt looks excellent on it, and just an absolute plethora of articulation as always. I really love seeing the articulation there in the tail. Rather than the wire, we actually have articulated joints, which I think will make it a lot easier to pose the tail in really cool kind of attack positions or defensive positions. But we also, on top of that, have an articulated jaw on this, so I'm kind of hoping at some point we get a different variant of the Triceratops and they can go back and re-release that one with jaw articulation as well. But in the video they actually stated that they have heard their fans asking for jaw articulation, so luckily they have listened to us, and this Ankylosaurus will feature that as well. And then we also have the Geosternbergia, which honestly looks fantastic. It really does look pretty much like the concept art that was created for the Lost World Jurassic Park, and they really did a phenomenal job on the sculpt as well as the paint job, and definitely looks a lot better than the early images that we had kind of seen teased of it. I'm more excited about this one than I am for the Ankylosaurus, but I think both look incredibly cool, and I'm just beyond psyched to have both of these figures coming for the Hammond collection. It is unfortunate, though, speaking of the Hammond collection, that I've actually heard a lot lately as far as many different retailers from different countries canceling the Hammond collection, and in fact it seems like almost outside of the United States this line is nearly non-existent, which is not okay, because everybody needs to have an opportunity to own these figures. They are phenomenal releases and probably Mattel's best line, so the fact that they're kind of canceling them out in different countries is just an absolute shame, and I really do hope that something changes from Mattel. If for some reason someone from Mattel listens to this or happens to watch this video, I really do want you guys to know that you are really hurting collectors from all over the world outside of the United States that currently don't have the opportunity to get a hold of these amazing releases, and something really needs to change. And again, I don't know for sure if this is something that's going to be a permanent thing where nobody outside of the US is going to get this stuff, or what exactly is going on. Maybe there's going to be a specific retailer outside of the US, similar to what we have here with Target, who usually carries the Hammond collection. So maybe that's something that they might be doing, and it just kind of is like a panic mode because everybody, like for example, Toyopolis has been canceling all of the different Hammond collection pre-orders. And again, I hope that's not the case. I really hope that Mattel does go through with releasing these figures in every country possible so everybody can get a hold of them. And if anything actually occurs news-wise on that, if I find out any information about who might actually get the figures in other countries and stuff, I'll of course pass that info on to you guys so that everybody can grab them as soon as they go up for sale. But hopefully Mattel will wise up and correct this situation so that everybody has the opportunity to own these amazing figures. So as of right now, that's all the news I've got. When more comes out, I'll be sure to send it your way. But until then, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.